This tutorial will show you how to use rubrics in a Blackboard grading environment. Rubrics are a great way to provide customized feedback to students quickly and efficiently. This way you don't have to hear that question, why did I get a C on that? You can put in a rubric in any place in Blackboard where grades can be entered, but this works best for subjective grades, things like participation in a discussion forum, participation in a blog, participation on an essay, or any kind of assignment that's uploaded. For this example, I'm going to show you how to create a rubric that's attached to an assignment area. So here I am in Blackboard, and I'm in a folder, and I'm going to come up here to Assessments and choose Assignment. So this creates an assignment drop box. This is the kind of assignment drop box I might use for taking in an essay or a spreadsheet or other kind of document from a student. You're used to seeing this. You put in the name of the assignment here. You can have some description about the assignment in the area below. And then under grading, for points possible, I'm going to list 100. But for rubric, I'm going to add a rubric by clicking Create New Rubric. This brings up the rubric area. We'll call this essay rubric. You can name it whatever you like, and you can put a description down here. Now, this is the part that's really significant. The default setting in a rubric has two different columns. Or rather, it has columns and rows, X and Y axis. Along the Y axis here, my rows, I've got different levels of achievement. The default setting is novice, competent, and proficient. And then down here, I have different criteria that I'd want to grade for. Formatting, organization, and grammar. That might make sense for an essay. Different kinds of assignments you can change however you want. So if I want to add a row here, which means adding a criterion, I can put in whatever I want here. I can give it whatever name I want. So maybe I'll add something like timeliness. And then that can go in here. Now, I have this set up on percentages. I can change it to points if I like. And this just is overall points for the assignment. Since I gave this 25 points, I can make each of these things at the top level worth 25. Another thing here is that I can change these columns also however I wish. So instead of calling proficient, I could call it excellent. I could even simply call it A, B, C, and D. Why don't I just do that? And I'll call this A. And I'll call this B. And I can call this C. And if I wanted to, I could add additional columns for D and E. And then down here, I can list what it means to earn these kinds of grades. So if I had formatting as a criterion, and I'm thinking an A means what? Follow directions, use MLA style, whatever kind of content I want. For formatting for a B, I might add the things that would likely make it a B. And that could be not using correct punctuation. It could mean using unallowable fonts, whatever language I want to put in there. And I can have it set up this way. In each of these different areas, then, I can put in language. Now, there's a little bit of work that is involved at the outset, putting all that language together. But once you're done with it, you get something really rich, which will give students really specific information. So I'm not going to fill it all out. And then likewise, points here, these might be worth 20 points. And we could leave this at 0 for the C, whatever you want it to be. And then I click Submit when I'm done. So what this allows me to do is I've submitted it. And then one thing that's really important, I'm going to change Show Rubric Score here, and I'm going to select Yes with rubric scores. What that means is when students see their grade for this assignment, not only will they see the final grade, but they will also see the full rubric and the amount of points they receive for each of those different categories. And then I click Submit, and now I have created a new rubric for my assignment. Let's take a moment to see what this looks like on the back end when you're actually grading these assignments. So I'm going to come back here to Tools, and I'm going to go into a discussion forum. I've been creating some rubrics in my discussion forums. This is, by the way, a Blackboard e-community, so it's not a real class, and this was never stuff that was intended to grade, but I'm just using an outdated discussion forum as a place to show you how to use rubrics. So I'm going to click Grade Forum, and I have grades for different. I can enter for different people here. So I'll come down here and grade Ms. Lori Houghton, our Women's Studies instructor here at Bluegrass, and this will bring up the grade area for a discussion forum. But since I've added a rubric, I can view the rubric that I've created. And you can see here, this is a rubric that I created. I had the formatting, organization, and grammar criteria, and I kept the novice, competent, proficient, and I use a percentage scheme. So they got 0% for novice. They got, looks like, half credit for competent, and they get full credit for proficient. And it's really whatever you want to use with that. So if I want to go ahead and enter a grade, I'll click Edit Grade. And then this brings up a standard grading feature that you probably have seen before. But now by clicking Discussion Forum Rubric, aha, what do I have now? I have a way of clicking Formatting Competent, Organization Proficient, Grammar Proficient, and now she's got an 83 out of 100 points that I have added to this. And this makes the grading a whole lot easier, because what I get to do then is click a few things, at which point if I want, now if I want to go crazy on it, I can come under here where it says show descriptions and show feedback. I can add additional feedback for all of these areas. So if I wanted to say why it was competent for formatting, I can add that. I don't have to, but I can. Likewise, I can provide overall feedback here. But if I did nothing, the student would still be getting a lot more detailed feedback on what it means to be proficient versus competent. Click Submit, and there I've gone ahead and added my feedback to her. So that is, in short, the rubric feature in Blackboard. I encourage you to give it a shot. I think there's a lot of real potential here with rubrics. Thank you.